Welcome to the August 2006 City Focus. On this edition, put City Focus in your pocket. Status of roads around town. Driving safely. And special events at the library. These stories and more on City Focus.
Digital media players, such as the video iPod, have spurred the city of Round Rock to give high-tech users the opportunity to carry City Focus in their pocket as a video podcast.
Last month, we talked about the launch of the city's new website, roundrocktexas.gov. Today, we are talking about another online feature, the City Focus Video Podcast. In the past, you could watch City Focus either on cable channel 10, the city's government access channel, or you could stream the show online at the city website. Now, City Focus fans can get the show delivered to them online.
The City Focus Video Podcast is a new high-tech way to keep people informed about what we're doing here at the City of Round Rock.
When you subscribe to the City Focus Video Podcast, a video file of the news magazine is automatically delivered to your computer or other mobile device over the internet, so you can view it whenever you want. You can use either iTunes or an RSS news feed to subscribe to the podcast. With iTunes, your computer will automatically download new content as it becomes available. With the news feed, your newsreader is alerted whenever a new episode is published.
The podcast is an alternative way to watch City Focus, and you can do it at your own convenience.
Subscribe to the City Focus podcast at roundrocktexas.gov/cityfocus or search for City Focus on the iTunes Music Store. We'll see you online.
Every minute, 4 children in the world die of diseases that could be prevented by a vaccine. Many more suffer needlessly. Even in our community, kids suffer from vaccine-preventable diseases. You protect your child from danger at home. You protect your child from danger outside. Remember to protect your child from vaccine-preventable diseases. This message brought to you by the Williamson County and Cities Health District, your public health department.
Summer is almost over. New businesses are opening and school is about to start. With that in mind, Officer Eric Poteet has some driving tips to keep you moving safely around town.
The Round Rock Premium Outlets will open on August the 3rd, with IKEA opening in the fall. The existing roadways are being expanded and new ones are being built. There are some things you can do to minimize inconveniences, lessen the time stuck in traffic, and safely make it through each day. Reduce left turns. Rather than trying to creep out into heavy traffic from a driveway or a side road, go around the block or use a signal-controlled intersection. Plan ahead for delays. We do our best to give advance notice of situations that will cause extra congestion. Keep your eyes and ears open for notices of construction or road closures and plan your travels accordingly. Learn alternate routes. Many people know of only one way to reach their destination when there may be a number of alternate routes available. Last but certainly not least, be patient and be courteous. Losing your patience can often make you do things that you normally wouldn't do and can end up in a ticket, a wreck, or worse. A smile and a wave while you're stuck in traffic can have a calming effect on you and the folks around you. So have fun shopping, but remember to be careful so that everybody has a safe time while enjoying all that Round Rock has to offer.
The city of Round Rock is on a mission to get traffic moving, but building roads is a lot more complicated and time-consuming than just laying down concrete. Here's Will Hampton with a road project update we're calling Building Roads 101.
Perhaps the best indicator of the value the city places on transportation improvements is to look at the dollar value of the projects under construction or in the planning pipeline. Bottom line, the city of Round Rock has $450 million worth of road improvements on the books. The city's half-cent sales tax for transportation improvements gives us a steady source of revenue to help pay for roads. But identifying and securing funds is only the first step in getting roads built. Step 2 in the process is to hire an engineering firm to design the road. Step 3 is acquiring right-of-way. Step 4 is relocating utilities. And then, and only then, can construction be completed.
So it's a very involved process that can take anywhere from a minimum of 1 year to get through for very simple projects to 4, 5, or even 6 years for the more complex projects.
Steps 2 and 3 can be especially time-consuming. Acquiring right-of-way means purchasing property. Now, if you've ever bought a house, you know there's a world of possibilities that can draw out that process and even delay closing. Compare that to a road project. They tend to cross multiple property lines involving multiple property owners. That means negotiations with multiple property owners who, like the city of Round Rock, are trying to get the best price possible. Those negotiations can take time. But once the property is acquired, then you can start the process of relocating utility lines.
Utility relocations are really a specific challenge in that you're dealing with a lot of independent companies. They're not necessarily under the control of the city, and they have their own set of demands that are being placed on them by customers, by other regulatory agencies, and so it is a challenge to get the utilities moved.
Delays in utility relocations have pushed back the completion dates on 2 much-anticipated projects: the expansion of the I-35 University Boulevard intersection and the widening of Kiffin Road, which provides access to the north entrance of Old Settlers Park.
That we run into on those, again, very complex projects are that there are a lot of utilities out there. And so when assumptions are made that the utilities can be moved, many times the relocation of one utility creates a new conflict that didn't exist before. And so we run into a lot of this iterative process that you have to go through to ultimately get 5 or 6 different utilities moved and in locations where they can be functional but out of the way of construction.
Delays to the I-35 University Boulevard intersection have been a big concern because Round Rock Premium Outlets will be opening on August 3rd. We'd hoped to have the final project completed when the shoppers hit town. As you've just heard, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. However, some of the project will be complete, and some temporary fixes like this on-ramp will be in place when the traffic increases.
The Premium Outlet Mall will be opening August the 3rd, and our roads will be open for traffic. Now, they're not going to be completed, but we will have temporary ramps in place so that you can get to the mall without going through the university traffic signal. There'll be an exit ramp that will tie to the frontage road. The frontage road lanes adjacent to the mall, the ones closest to the mall, will be complete. So the driveway activities will work as they should. And so we will be prepared for the traffic that will be coming to the mall. There will still be construction going on in the area, and so it will get better as time goes on, but we will be prepared for people to come and shop and enjoy their experience in Round Rock.
Another X factor in building roads in Round Rock is the Union Pacific Railroad that runs through town. Securing a permit from UP to work in its right-of-way can be a years-long process. Earlier this year, when the city received a long-sought permit to construct A.W. Grimes Boulevard under a rail bridge, we expected to finish the project by the end of this year. However, there was another delay.
When the railroad bought their materials and hired their contractor, there was a significant cost increase over what their original estimate was. The railroad, because of the significant increases in cost, felt that they needed to come back to the city and work out a new arrangement to cover these increased costs. That delayed the railroad's work by several months, and that in turn delays the completion of the A.W. Grimes project by several months. We are now looking at a completion date probably around May of next year. So we did have another bump in the road, so to speak, but we've worked through that, and the project now is under construction, and the railroad is on site and working with us.
There is some good news on the road construction front. Improvements to Redbud Lane are now mostly complete in time for the new school year. Construction is also starting on new sidewalks for Redbud, and they're scheduled for completion by the end of August.
Yeah, it will be a great improvement at that intersection with US 79. Instead of having one lane northbound, we will have multiple lanes northbound with dedicated left turn lanes, straight lanes, right lanes, so on. The intersection should work much, much more efficiently.
The final phase of the Redbud Lane project, increasing capacity at the intersection of US 79 and the bridge over Brushy Creek, will begin construction this fall. To get the latest on our mini road projects, visit the city's new website, roundrocktexas.gov, and go to the What's New drop-down menu. Click on the Capital Improvement Projects link, and you'll find a wealth of information about all our construction work.
Libraries aren't just for reading anymore. This summer, the Round Rock Public Library sponsored 5 special events for adults.
The summer reading program has lots of special events for kids, like magic and puppet shows, musicians like Joe McDermott, and wacky scientists and animal trainers and more. This year, we decided it was time for the adults to have some fun too, so we offered 5 special events at the library just for adults. We had an eBay class, a podcasting class, beginning knitting, a writing workshop, and a local documentary screening. The events were so successful that we have decided to begin offering adult special events each month starting in September.
I think libraries aren't just about books anymore. Libraries are community places full of lots of things for everyone.
In the coming months, look for events at your library like gardening workshops, yoga and self-defense classes, and movie nights just for adults. You can check out our website at roundrocktexas.gov/library to see what events we have lined up.